Okay, so now we're going to talk about the emotional state of being, and emotions being what you're feeling and how you're reacting to certain situations. It's just what's going on inside. And emotions, being a woman, I can be very emotional. So I experience different emotions throughout the day. Sometimes I feel happy, sad, melancholy. Sometimes I'm just, neutral. So you have different emotions that you're going to feel. Of course, everyone does. But one thing that really is important to understand is how to manage those emotions and not let the emotions run wild like in your day-to-day life. So being conscious of how you're feeling throughout the day is uber important. Knowing how to change and shift those emotions when you feel like sad or feel down or you're feeling depressed or whatever emotions that are starting to stir up. I really think this is important because you have your mental state, and we talked about the mind and how important it is to be conscious of what you're putting in your mind and how you're thinking. And the mind and the emotions do go hand in hand. So you have your mental thoughts that create your emotions. So if you're thinking negatively, you're going to feel negatively. If you're thinking positively, you're going to feel positive. So your thoughts, that's why I cover your mind first and how to get your mind and your thoughts on the right track so that your emotions are a byproduct of what you're thinking. So now when you're thinking about your emotions, you're dealing with emotions, you have your different states that you're in. So you may wake up in the morning, and that's when you wake up in the morning, it's like a fresh slate. It's a clean slate. You're starting fresh. Nothing has really happened to trigger any emotions. So you go through the day, you have things that happen, you have news that you get, or you watch the news, or maybe you get bad news, or something comes in and makes you have a negative emotion. We're going to talk about ways to change and transform those emotions into positive emotions, or to at least get those emotions into a better state, or get you into a better state. It's very important to get to a place where you understand and realize, and you're paying attention to how you're feeling throughout the day, because your thoughts and your emotions are like so important to creating what you want in life. So you really want to really be conscious of that. So we're going to dive in a little bit in on how some tactics that you can use to manage your emotions. I'm going to talk about self-care. I love talking about self-care because this is a great way to keep your positivity, your energy in a positive state. Self-care is really just doing things that bring you into a happy place. And it could be something as simple as reading a book, or going to the park, or playing with your pet, or, going to the spa. It can be really simple. It doesn't have to be anything expensive or crazy, or you can travel somewhere, you can spend a lot of money, but you can also just do something really little, like maybe do the adult coloring book. Some people like to draw, or cooking, doing a hobby that you enjoy. That really just helps to improve your emotional state. Being creative, maybe painting, finding little hobbies that you can get involved with, and being involved with a group of people that are positive or uplifting, or that could be an encouragement to you as well. Those are some ways that you can help to keep your positive energy up, keep your emotions in a positive state. Now, if you're feeling negative, and say something happened, or maybe you don't even know why you're feeling negative. Sometimes I will have emotions where I'm really clueless as to why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. I'm like, okay, I feel down, but I don't know why. There's really nothing that happened. But you just want to acknowledge that emotion, and you don't have to lie to yourself and say, like I'm happy and everything's great. But you can start to take steps to get yourself into a better state. So you can start by listening to good music. I like to listen to Bach classical music. It's really a great way to raise your vibration and to keep yourself in a positive state of mind. So listening to good music that is uplifting, that brings you into a good state. That's great. Listening to good positive podcast or people that are speaking positivity, maybe calling someone, a life coach, a friend, somebody that has a really good positive energy, and just being able to talk with someone, spend time with people that give you positive, good energy, work on a project that you enjoy. Those are all ways to help shift and change the negative emotion. But just being aware that another thing that is really important is dealing with other people's emotions. So you have friends, you have family, you have people that you come across daily who have their own emotions as well and things that they're going through, or maybe there's conflict that may come across towards you, but you have to learn how to separate yourself from other people's emotions and not carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. So like if someone's venting to you or these different things, you just have to really differentiate between those two and not take on other people's baggage, for lack of a better word. But you have to be really conscious of that as well, because we can be very sensitive to other people's energy or emotional states that we sometimes match up to the people that we're around. So like the circle of people that you're around is super important to helping you continue to keep a positive state of mind. So as I said in the beginning, keeping your thoughts in the right frame is super important. I'm going to talk more about this in the next video, but what you're eating also has an effect on your emotions, and I'm going to go into more depth on that. But being cautious of what you're putting in your body can really have an effect overall on your emotional well-being and your state of mind. And I'm going to talk more in depth and give you guys some really good tips on what to eat. But as far as your emotions, just understanding that your thoughts and there's these other things that go into play. And if you could get those things in line, then you can really be able to control or be more in control of how you're feeling throughout the day, or at least conscious of it, so that you're not just swayed in every direction when something happens or when you get news and you're just like, you're in this negative place. And then I'm going to also momentum. So you may have like a goal, you may have a business, you may have something that you're working on. Don't let that get stagnant. Continue in momentum, stay active, stay progressing, always progress towards your next goal. Always have a goal ahead of you. Write down your goals, create vision boards, dream boards, create things that, set out goals that you want to achieve and go after them. And once you get that momentum going, your energy is going towards that, and it could really reinforce positive energy and positivity in your emotions. So those are some ways to really combat negative emotions when they do arise, but you really want to be conscious of them, and you want to be proactive. You don't want to be reactive every time something comes up. You go into this emotional state because this situation happened. You want to set up your mind and your thought process in a way where you're pouring good information inside, so when something does happen, you can react in the appropriate manner. And don't beat yourself up. Sometimes you're going to have bad days. It's normal. This helped me a lot, like when I was going through a really hard time in my life, and I was being really hard on myself because I was like, dude, why do I feel, why am I not more positive, or why am I not handling this better? And just realizing that we're human. Sometimes you're going to feel down. Sometimes you're going to feel sad. Sometimes you're going to have a bad day. It's normal. It's okay. Embrace it, understand it, but know that you got to keep moving forward and you got to continue on towards your goals, and just identify like what it is that you need to shift or change to reach that next level. So that's a little bit on your emotions and how to gain control over that and be more in a positive, happy, blissful state of mind. And also the words you use. Speak in a way where you're using vibrant, happy, exciting words. try to really be more colorful with your vocabulary. That's another way too. Change your posture. If you sit up straight and smile, those are some things that you can do immediately that can help shift the way that you're feeling. Even if you feel horrible, it would help you feel a little bit better. So the goal is to feel as good as you possibly can as every day. So work on that. Continue to work to feel good in your body. And that will help increase your positivity and just help you to have a good emotional state. And that's just some things that you can do immediately whenever you're feeling down and out. And